up? Money Brown, man. Boy, Money Brown, he get a lot of money. That's why I call him Money Brown.
What's good, Money Brown TV? What up, what up?
Yeah. I want to give a shout out to Money Brown TV. Thank you so much for everything.
Yo, what's going on out there, fight? Well, this your boy Money back with another one, man. And this one here is on a unified WBC and IBF welterweight world champion, Errol the True Spence Jr., and the WBO welterweight world champion, Terrence Bud Crawford. Now, I want everybody to listen to me. I want y'all to listen to me clearly. Listen to me clearly. Errol Spence the Truth, ESJ, Big EJ, Big Fish, whatever you want to call my bro, will not leave 147 pounds without fighting Terrence Bud Crawford. Let me say that again. He would not leave 147 pounds without fighting Terrence Bud Crawford. You know, and that's word from the man himself. Y'all understand me? That's word from the man himself. EJ not leaving without taking out Bud. He understand that 147, that is the fight, you know, to say, yeah, I cleaned out the division. You understand me? But right now he getting his paper fighting the other big champions because guess what? They're on this side of the street. I know people don't like that, but the fights are easier to get made, and they're big time pay-per-view fights, as you can see with the Danny Garcia fight and the Sean Porter fight. But let's not get this understood. Not one bit. This man right here, Bud Crawford, will see ESJ in that ring. You know, and Terrence Bud Crawford is a bad boy. We know he got a fight coming up with Kell Brook November 14th. You know, could that be the setup? You know, he fight on the 14th, Errol fight on the 21st. But listen, I'm giving Bud his respect, man. A lot of people not liking the Kell Brook fight, but guess what? I'm giving him credit for Kell Brook. Brook, like I say, all he did since the Errol Spence loss was win. So I can still put him in the same category as the other welterweights, bro. If you put Kell Brook at 147 right now, he's a top 10 welterweight. You know, and Bud Crawford, this is a big fight for him. And he working his ass off and he getting ready for the fight. Because one thing about Bud, when it comes fight time, he always in shape and he never shy away from a good scrap. But this man right here, ESJ, is working his ass off and he getting ready for his fight against Danny Swift Garcia. You know what I mean? Against Danny Swift Garcia. And EJ is back. He's showing us he's back. He sparred yesterday, Monday. You know, I'm a hit a few people up and see how that went. But nonetheless, man, give my guy his credit, man. You feel me? This is the number one cat at 147-pound division. Hands down like 630. You know, he said out his own mouth, you know, he want Bud if there's no Pacquiao or if there's no Porter. You know, if there's no Pacquiao, there's no Porter, he want Bud. Errol said plenty of times that he would not lead the division without fighting Terrence Bud Crawford. He want that fight. He's not afraid, man. So to all you cats talking about, oh, y'all protecting Errol, this and that, man, Errol don't need no protection from nobody, bro. From nobody. As you can see, God got his back. You feel me? God got his back. This is a true alpha male right here. This is a true king. This is a true fighter. This is the fighter you want to mimic your fighter after if you got a fighter. This is the fighter that you want to see in the ring, the fighter that want everybody. You feel me? And I give Bud his just due. Bud is a fighter that you want to see in the ring and a fighter that will fight everybody. But Bud should have fought. You know, he had a chance to fight Sean Porter or Keith Thurman if Bob Earn would have came up off the money. He had a chance to fight Manny Pacquiao if Bob came up off the money. But nonetheless, man, when you're a fighter, you got to fight who across from you. And right now, who signed on the contract for Terrence Bud Crawford is Kell Brook. You feel me? But Bud, you know, he been making it known that he want Errol. Ever since Errol became the big dog, you know, he ain't want him at first. He wanted Thurman. Everybody wanted Thurman because Thurman was the big dog. Then everybody wanted Pacquiao because Pacquiao was the big dog. But now all roads lead to ESJ and Terrence Bud Crawford. ESJ and Terrence Bud Crawford at 147 pounds. You feel what I'm saying? Shouts out to the bro Fanon. You know, Fanon do great work. But Fanon saying, let Terrence Bud Crawford go up and fight Jamel Charlo. No, fuck no. Hell no. You dig? They got work right there at 147, and we're not going to miss out on this great fight. You feel what I'm saying? Charlo got good fights still at 154 that he can fight. You know what I mean? You got J-Rock. You got Lubin. You got Jared Hurd. His name's up there that he can still put on his resume that he don't have on his resume. You still got Patrick Teixeira. You never know. De La Hoya, he acting like he want to fight Mel Miller, beat his ass and then whoop Teixeira ass and become undisputed. But Mel has fights at 154 that are great fights for him. These are my dude EJ fights at 147. You feel me? And EJ not letting him go nowhere. He not letting him go nowhere. Like I say, he understand what this Terrence Bud Crawford fight is going to do for him. You feel what I'm saying? And he not finna let that pass. Now, he do got a tough task, and Danny Garcia, no fight is easy, and he got to get past that on November the 21st. And like I say, I feel like my man is going to pass with flying colors, but you never know on any given Saturday. Oh, it's boxing. Anything can happen. You dig? But I got faith in EJ to go out there and do what he do, and that's whoop ass and collect big checks. You feel me? That's whoop ass and collect big checks. And I got faith in Terrence Bud Crawford to go out there and do what he got to do against Kell Brook. You feel me? I know Kell Brook is tough. He gonna be strong. He coming out for 154. He been up there for the last 3 years. Hopefully he can make weight okay, but he been dropping the weight, so he should make it okay, decent to where he still got enough in the gas tank to go out there and perform like Kell Brook. You know, but I got Bud being way smarter than that man. You know, being competitive early on, but I got Bud picking him apart at the end, and I got Bud handling this business. So that's the setup of the fight for Errol and Bud. Like Pacquiao out here trying to fight fucking Conor McGregor, or we don't know if he go fight Mikey Garcia or whatever the situation is. But my man Errol say, look, if it's no Sean Porter next, because we know Sean Porter is the WBC mandatory, and if I'm not mistaken, he's the WBO mandatory to Terrence Bud Crawford. So, but Bud don't look like he want to fight him. You know, that's just a fact. Bob Erm don't look like he want to fight for Bud, even though when he said he was looking at Sean Porter, he never even showed real interest in it. They never sent the offer. And we know Kenny Porter was on 78 saying, you know, we'll take that fight. Sean saying, you know, friendship to the side, I'll take that fight. But we never seen no offer. You feel me? So now EJ said if it's no Sean, he can see Bud next if it ain't no Manny Pacquiao. You know? And me being the man that I am, I'm going to hold my dude feet to the fire on that. You know what I mean? If it's no Sean or no Pacquiao next, we looking at Bud Crawford. If it's no Sean or no Pacquiao next, we looking at Bud Crawford. I know a lot of people, he already beat Porter. But he's the mandatory. Do y'all understand what that means? Only thing that trump a mandatory is a unification or step aside money. Let me say that again. The only thing that'll trump a mandatory is a unification or step aside money. You feel me? And Errol and them not about to pay no step aside money to fight somebody that don't have a title. And that's the fact of the matter. You know? Now, yes, Errol do have other fights at 147 that he can fight, because Thurman is still a big fight. Like I say, Porter's still a big fight. You got Ugas right there. You know, those top 3 dogs, you know, in the division. We know Jerron Boots Ennis is coming up, but he haven't made that marquee mark yet to where, you know, it's going to be like the other top dogs. You know, Jerron got to get that one big fight under his belt, maybe 2 more big fights, then he might be ready. But right now, these dudes are the top dogs. Like I said, these lines are still pushing. They still running their prior lands, and they ain't going nowhere too soon. But Errol is not leaving 147 without seeing this man T-Bud Crawford. And T-Bud Crawford definitely not taking his ass up to no 154 to fuck with no Mel Charlo. You know, the thing he might go up there for is Patrick Teixeira. You know, they was talking about that fight. But we know what that was. That was a go up, grab another scrap to say you're a 4-division world champion, bring your ass back down. And bring your ass back down. You know what I'm saying? But this is the fight at 147. We all know that. We all know that. But I'm not going to knock EJ Road to this fight. I'm not going to knock his road to this fight. You know, he fighting Danny Garcia now. He wanted Manny Pacquiao. Like I say, anybody will pick up the phone for Manny Pacquiao. Anybody. Mark Cripple has to pick up the phone for Manny Pacquiao and go in there and really try to win the fight. You know what I mean? Knowing I can't touch the damn man. But I would go in there and really try to win the fight. Because you know it's going to be a great check. You fighting a legend and you're going down in history if you beat him. A great check. You fighting a legend and you're going down in history if you beat him. So you can't get pissed off at Errol for trying to pursue that fight, especially when he's on the PBC side. You know what I mean? That's history right there. And he got the WBA Super. So that's to add another scrap to be fucking undisputed if you're going to beat Terrence Bud Crawford. But this is the fight at 147 pounds. We're not going to talk about neither one of these kings jumping up or going down. You feel me? We're not going to talk about nothing coming up to fight them or nothing coming down to fight them. They're going to fight each other. They go take out what's in their division first. They go do what they got to do right now because, you know, they both obligated. And after that, man, we going to get to talking about ESJ and Terrence Bud Crawford because, like I say, the November 14th fight and the November 21st fight is 1 week apart. It's going to be a measuring stick. It's going to be a measuring stick because we know Errol already put them hands on Kell Brook. So now people want to see could Bud beat Kell Brook worse than Errol Spence beat him. That's the whole matter. You did, and if Bud go out there and do beat Kell Brook better than Errol Spence, then we got to give him credit. Motherfuckers got to start giving credit where credit is due and stop trying to shit and down on every goddamn fight. Stop trying to shit and down on every damn fight. These are big fights, man. If you don't get the fight with the 2 top dogs at the division, that don't mean it's not great fights in that division to see. Now, if Kell Brook go out here and hold his own against Terrence Crawford, I don't want nobody to talk about Bud as no bum or shit like that. Just give Kell his credit for being that type of fighter. You dig? He ain't no pushover. Kell Brook never been a pushover. And we know that's a fact, man, but we got to stop trying to ride these fighters off into the sunset because they got 1 or 2 fucking losses, bro. 1 or 2 losses, or they go whoop on some cats that y'all don't know about. Those are confidence builders. Those are confidence builders to get you back to the top. And they got Kell Brook back to the top because now he's fighting the WBO world champion and Terrence Crawford, and he's going to be up for the task. And Monty Brown opinion, he's going to be up for the task. And if he go out there and just so go toe-to-toe with Bud and Bud pull out a split decision or something, then Kell Brook is on that level and Terrence Crawford still did a hell of a thing by finding a way to win. You understand what I'm saying? And my dude EJ going out there, he gonna do the same with Danny Garcia. These dudes are fighting top-level competition on this level, man. You know what I mean? A lot of people shit on Bud, and I get it. But you can't get everything you want and how you want it sometimes. Sometimes you gotta wait, man. Sometimes you gotta wait. Patience is a virtue. You understand me? There's nothing wrong with wait because neither one of these dudes is going nowhere too soon. But this is the fight at 147 pounds. Errol Spence Jr., Terrence Crawford. We know Errol is the top dog, the unified WBC and IBF champion. He's the pay-per-view king right now on his 3rd pay-per-view after Mikey, Sean, and I ain't taking on Danny. And his 4th fight will be a pay-per-view because I got him victorious against Danny. Terrence Crawford finna get his first big fight at 147 that a lot of people don't really agree with, but I do. It's a good fight. I'm not pissed off at it. It's a solid fight, and we're going to see how it goes down. But at the end of the day, family, this is the fight. Bud not going up to no 154. EJ not going up to 154. Bud not going down to no 40. EJ not going down to no 140. They stand right here where they at, and they go reign as kings until one of them knock each other off. And I got ESJ knocking off Terrence Crawford. You dig? But it's going to be a hell of a fight because Bud can fight his ass off, and you can't take away the man's skill set. You can't take away the man's skill set. This is the fight, family, at 147. And they will see each other. Mark my words. 2021, Errol Spence and Terrence Crawford will get it on. I'm going to say it again. 2021, Errol Spence Jr. and Terrence Crawford will get it on. Until then, it's your boy Money. This the NSBC movie. Ain't nobody safe in these streets. Hit them thumbs up, subscribe to the channel. If you want to donate OG Money on Cash App, TreyHampton52@gmail.com on PayPal. If you can't, tell a friend to hit the subscribe button. And y'all know my slogan, man. Big dog status.